Okay, abuzia makwaba shonko so edeba Ghana Politics Avenue so abuzia yembonra yensemu mame J.Mensa EC boss abuzia document bi epuli ababontin document bi eliki ababontin a echese ne illegal crime document ne chese mame no odibone abuzia Solomon Owusu a drop sa document no I expose OSB enye asem keto akra isi a Solomon Owusu eje Ghana Chief Justice and as a President Mahama say omon set up commission of enquiry na yemfa investigate Mahama ya friend J.Mensa na sa document ne de ono no onjai emanen kan no document no I expose Mahama J.Mensa or sin like I wasn't the case in the cry and yet as some kids were crying to Mahama friend J.Mensa there or GDBN or says any office no or be still or mommy corner young concotti and some Solomon Owusu at the etuja unsubscribe subscribe like and I share my afro front so answer into me and can be Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Send any updates be able dropping also onsa able to me aka medamase.
An issue on the front page of the Daily Graphic. It says remove SP, EC chair, 2 deputies. That's 10 petitioners appeal to president. So President John Dramani Mahama has received 10 petitions for the removal of 2 heads of public institutions and 2 deputies appointed under Article 70 of the Constitution. The institutions are the Electoral Commission and the Office of the Special Prosecutor. 7 petitions were filed against the chairperson of the EC, J.Mensa, and the 2 deputies, Dr. Bosman Eric Asari, who is in charge of corporate, and Solomon Tete, in charge of operations. 3 other petitions are against the removal of the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejebeng. And I want to start with you, Solomon Owusu, on this one. So 10 petitions. 10 petitions in all for the removal of the Special Prosecutor, the chair of the Electoral Commission, and then her 2 deputies.
So let me say that the Constitution, the framers of the 1992 Constitution knew very well that there could be people occupying various state agencies whose actions and inactions will call for their removal. Hence, putting Article 146 in our Constitution, which allows for such people to be removed. So I am one of the people who do not have any issues with people petitioning that those occupying state institutions should be removed based on incompetence or stated misbehavior. And it must be understood as such. The current EC boss herself is a beneficiary of this process. Someone was removed from office based on incompetence or stated misbehavior, and she got the nod after that. That is not to say that if someone has not committed any crime, then you petition. And it is the reason why, in the case of the Electoral Commissioner, the Chief Justice will have to establish that prima facie, and then afterwards a committee will be established. When that committee is established, the petitioner will have access to counsel in the same way the EC boss and the deputies will also have access to counsels of their choice to go through the matters. And so that's the beauty. What I've realized is that they have raised issues of incompetence with Addo Mensa. Now, I have said that this administration must, as it were, open a commission of enquiry for us to go back to election 2020 and establish what actually took place beyond this petition to shape our democracy. I have not even come to 2024. I am saying 2020. Because you see, you know where the Electoral Commissioner lives now, currently? in Cantonment.
Yeah.
There is a land that adjoins where she lives. In fact, there is a building on it, and that building used to belong to the Ghana Tourism Authority. That was where the current chief of staff, Julius Debra, when he was with the Ghana Tourism Authority, was living. This is the document on that property.
Can I have it?
State housing. State housing and who? This is the list between State housing and then the Ghana Tourism Authority.
Yeah.
Now, in 2020, this same land belonging to the Ghana Tourism Authority was transferred to Dr. Charles Mensa, husband to J.Mensa
of the IEA.
Of the IEA.
Lot number C39.
How did this beautiful land belonging to the Ghana Tourism Authority in 2020 all of a sudden exchange hands? And even when you do the search, and this is the search
are these stated facts? Because
I am showing you.
I'm counting them as allegations.
No, this is search. I'm giving you documents.
I can vouch for that.
No, this is document. Look, just give it to him.
Last commission.
And the search report is there.
Last commission, official certificate of results of search.
You can read the search.
And then to RDC Company Ltd, PNB Accra. Pursuant to your application dated 10th day of December 2024, made by RDC Company Limited, PNB Accra, a search has been made against the land delineated on the plan attached with the following results.
The plan is back there, yes.
I see. Whole state is A, state land acquired under executive instrument dated 11th March 1943.
Yes.
For dairy farm.
Yes.
Lease dated 19th June 2020 from government to Dr. Charles Mensa.
Lease dated when? 2020.
19th June 2020, I see.
You understand? So, from where I sit, and you and I know what happened during election 2020. I'm telling you, election 2020 was stolen for the Akuffo. And if election was stolen for the Akuffo in 2020, and I go and do a search of a land closer to the electoral commissioner, and I realize that that land that belongs to the Ghana Tourism Authority has all of a sudden, even here, I don't know, and I have challenged the Lands Commission. This case will be taken to the highest level that it will blow the minds of people. All of a sudden, that land has been transferred from the Tourism Authority to the husband of the Electoral Commissioner. Was it one of the baits to steal the elections of 2020? And that's why I'm saying that there has to be a fully drawn commission of inquiry into election 2020 before we even come into election 2024. We have been talking about Pandai. The court just called for a rerun. Under the leadership of J.Mensa, there is a rerun in Pandai. You remember what happened at Nsawam, Addo. You remember what happened at Obuasi East? Damongo, I don't even know why the NDC. And that's what I'm saying, that they are lucky that the United Party did not take part in that election. That when we know the first result that came out suggested that the NDC candidate won in Damongo, all of a sudden, Electoral Commission's office is bent, results are changed, and they are even quiet. We will not.
Even up to now, there's no finding. I've not heard anything of that.
But that is also the character of the party. If this was UP party, they have compromised. People killed at dawn to go and vote for their favorite candidate, and the candidate who is involved is also quiet. He's at the Ghana Water Company.
He's rewarded, so he's enjoying at Ghana Water.
But when you do that, you see, you have shortchanged the will of the people. It's more dangerous to shortchange the will of the people than to be talking about your democracy. It took place under J.Mensa. You remember the issue of Pusiga, where 38 votes were transferred from Tamale Central and then Senarigu to to Pusiga. When we asked them, remember in the dying embers of 2024, days leading to election 2024, every statement that was issued by the Electoral Commission, they ended it up with robust. They had robust system, robust voter. If you had a robust system, how come 38 names were illegally transferred to Pusiga? When we asked them, there was an absence of a technology called liveliness, which allowed for that to take place. What about the verification machines that got missing, that they initially came into life? That never took place until they were exposed for them to agree. And a whole lot of things that you and I know. Let me tell you, election 2024, we were saved by grace. But now we will not be sitting here making this argument, because the defeat was emphatic. So they couldn't do anything about it. And that is why it seems that everything is normal. If you begin to consider that everything was normal, then you are making a fundamental mistake, because there is election 2028 upcoming. So you must right the wrongs of yesterday. You must get someone whose only interest as an electoral commissioner will be to organize a free, fair, credible elections. Because in every election, someone must win. We are looking for leaders. If our democracy was being run properly, it doesn't matter who is the president or who is the minister. Who, if you are the minister also, what is a big deal? Because Article 36 is what governs every president. That your only duty is to make sure that every Ghanaian is happy. He didn't say people belonging to your political party. But when we are paying taxes, it's not only your political party members that pay taxes. Today, as I'm not happy, I can get up straight to President Mahama. You said you were going to make me happy. You swore by this constitution. I'm not happy. What can you do to make my life happy? That is what democracy entails. But I dare say that the conduct of J.Mensa together with the deputies is nothing to write home about. We must not sugarcoat anything. The only issue that counts with it is that any replacement, the appointment is made by who? The president. Yeah. So that it creates the impression in the minds of the people that the one that is coming belongs to the ruling government. That is why we of the United Party, since the days of movement, has made this proposal that we must scrap the Council of State and replace it with the formation of a second chamber. That chamber will include professional bodies, retired army officers, police officers, people of civil society organizations, market women, people who have credibility and character and competence to occupy them and be backed by state power, so that they will be the one doing the search for electoral commissioners, IGPs, chief of defense staff, so that it takes that political polarization from the president to give it that neutral polarization.
Is that why people think that Jane was targeted even before the NDC came into power?
No, Jane.
That's the assertion that people have.
No, the assertion about her, Jane, her own conduct suggested that she was only there to serve the interests of the MPP. I'm telling you, I'm not mincing words. In the coming days, we are going to do a press conference as a United Party to expose to you some of the things that happened to our candidate, Alan Chemante. You believe that Alan got 31,000? You must be living in a fool's paradise. Clear-cut evidence.
Right.
You understand? So, they should go through it. And the Chief Justice who is now in position must not be afraid. If indeed there is a prima facie case, he must establish it. We are building a country. We are building a nation. We must get rid of all corrupt officials from our space. And if anything is a pointer, I've already shown you a land that was belonging to the Ghana Tourism Authority all these years in 2020 changed hands to the husband of the electoral commissioner. Does it sit well with you? Does it sit well with you?
Right.
That is the situation we are dealing with. We shouldn't let political class think that they are above us. Either than that, one day, one fine day, let's be mindful. Okay.
Would you want to touch briefly on the
As for
special prosecutors?
Special prosecutor, I've said
because the petitions are 10, 7, 3.
But I've said a time with that number that he should not be at post. You know, there's a difference between having gone to school, learned and gotten first class, and the difference between management. He doesn't have the political will. He's so incompetent. He just have to leave the space. I've said a time with that number. You understand? He's supposed to investigate corruption and corruption-related offenses and retrieve assets that have been stolen. He's not been able to do that. Not that there are no issues. There are corrupt issues. The last time he came to tell us that, look, he has been able to get 10,000 ghost names out of the what's the name? Auditor General's Department or what? The payroll. If you are a special prosecutor, listen to the name. The name is special prosecutor. You have identified 10,000 ghost names. These ghost names, they had bank accounts that they were receiving monies every month. That's the case. It means they are no ghosts. Human beings were the ones going to the bank to go and collect these salaries. And you have this fine opportunity. Why is it that he has not prosecuted any one of the 10,000 people? He just framed up something and came to tell us. Because he realized that pressure was on him. The last time we piled pressure on him, he said Anquanoma or the name Kwabo for the year. What the own Kwabo for the year, then you leave the space. I thought after that press conference he will resign. But he seems to be enjoying the space. When you push him, then he come and do press conference. Look at the way he's handling Ken Ofuriatta. Look at the way. Deliberately has gone to court with 78 charges. By the time you are done with even 2 charges at the end of the year, how much were the 78 charges? When people want to play with our minds, we don't see it. In any case, he derives his power from the Attorney General. Is that not the case? If the issue is that the Attorney General office is not functioning properly because of inadequate budgetary allocation, and we have resources available, why don't we give it to the Attorney General so that he can go in for more qualified lawyers, rather than giving it to special prosecutor as though you have opened a branch of the Attorney General? It doesn't work like that. So he ought to go. If possible, they should scrap that office so that we get our peace of mind and give the money to the Attorney General. And we move on.
Dr. Shitu.
Anyway, 10 petitioners. Well, maybe I will just repeat my position as far as the special prosecutor is concerned. As last week we spoke about this issue, and I said, well, if possible, let's have a cost-benefit analysis of that office. How much has it cost the taxpayer since the opening of that office or since its inception? And what has been the benefit? So maybe on the basis of that, we can decide on the way forward. So maybe until that is done, I will just hope that we get a clearer picture of how much we are spending on the office and what benefit is it bringing. Then to the EC, my old office.
Oh, you worked there?
Yes, I was there for 8 years. So
oh, okay.
Before I left, so it's quite constraining to talk about EC. But well, the fact of the matter is that whatever is happening now, or since Jane came, very much different from what we experienced when we were there.
Okay, I was going to have
old man.
Right? So, Solomon Owusu and I attending or expose a Mami J.Mensa left, right, center back, and yeah, as some talk about them, I say, some of Japan Kokotisa and some week at the MI, Ghana Politics Avenue. So, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any updates be a better drop, also, once a bit to me, Madam Ase.